Okay, so have you ever thought about this? Is it actually possible? I mean, like really possible to experience victory
Hmm.
in every single situation?
Interesting question.
Even when, when life just throws you one of those curveballs that makes you like question everything.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to deep dive into today.
Okay.
This whole idea of, victory even when things are tough.
Love it.
We're going to look at some religious texts and, some personal thoughts about faith.
Sounds good.
Also.
Yeah, the core concept here, is that it is possible
Okay.
to have victory even when things are really, really tough.
Okay.
And the source material kind of suggests that you can get there
Hmm.
through faith and trust in like a higher power.
Oh, okay. See, that's where I get a little like, I don't know. Part of me is like, wait a minute. How can you like guarantee victory when
Yeah.
life is so unpredictable,
Yeah,
and messy? I
totally.
mean, I've definitely had those moments, at work
Yeah.
when a deadline felt impossible or something personal just felt too big to handle.
Yeah.
But I also remember this one time I
Yeah.
was facing this huge presentation
Oh, yeah.
and I was so unprepared.
Oh, no.
I was so nervous, I could barely think straight.
I've been there.
And I took a minute,
Huh.
stepped back, said a prayer,
Okay.
and just kind of surrendered the worry.
Okay.
And you know what? It actually went really well.
Oh, well.
It wasn't perfect,
Hmm.
but I felt calm, I felt confident,
Interesting.
and I didn't expect that.
Wow.
So, anyone listening,
Yeah.
maybe you're facing something right now
Uh-huh.
where victory seems impossible.
Okay.
Let's dig into this together.
Let's do it.
So Psalm 60.4 says, "With God, we will win the victory.
Mm-hmm.
It is he who will crush our enemies."
Powerful words, right?
So powerful.
Yeah, the language there, it's so strong.
Yeah.
It really paints this picture of like, no matter what,
Yeah.
you've got backup.
Like you've got someone in your corner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we got to understand that victory in this sense.
Okay.
It's not about avoiding the tough stuff.
Oh, so it's not a life without problems.
Right.
But it's about like facing those problems with a certain strength.
Yeah, exactly. It's like having the confidence
Uh-huh.
to go through those challenges and actually come out stronger on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that the problems magically disappear,
Right.
but our ability to handle them,
Right.
it totally changes.
Like we're transformed.
Exactly.
Okay. And that reminds me of all those classic stories, like
Oh, yeah.
underdog stories like David and Goliath,
Yeah.
where victory seemed impossible,
Right?
but faith, played a huge role.
It did.
So what's the connection between those stories
Okay.
and this idea of like guaranteed victory, even when it seems like?
Yeah, those stories, they show us the power
Okay.
of trusting in divine guidance.
Mm,
Even when everything is saying, just give up.
right.
They're there to inspire us, to remind us that, we're not supposed to break because of these challenges.
Right.
We're actually supposed to use these experiences to become better,
Mm,
to connect more deeply with the divine,
okay.
and to grow.
That's starting to make more sense.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at Romans 5.3-4 right now.
Okay.
And it says that hardship leads to perseverance.
Mhm.
And perseverance leads to a sense of accomplishment and stronger hope.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is there like a little bit of a contradiction there?
Mm.
Because if victory's a given, then why do we have to go through the tough times?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
And a lot of people struggle with this idea.
Yeah.
The source material, it's not saying that you'll never have problems.
Right.
It's more about seeing that inner strength
Mm.
and the support that we can find through faith.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about growing personally
Okay.
during those times and knowing that you're not alone.
So it's more about the change inside
Right. Yeah,
than just the outcome.
exactly.
Wow, that's deep. Okay, so I'm looking at 1 John 5.4 now,
Okay.
and it says, "Every child of God is victorious over the world,
Mm.
and the means of winning the victory over the world is our faith."
Powerful.
But how do we cultivate that kind of faith
Yeah.
when, doubts start creeping in?
Right.
We're human, right?
Yeah. Doubt is definitely part of the human experience.
Yeah.
Especially when things are hard.
Uh-huh.
But the source material suggests some practical things we can do
Okay.
to make our faith stronger.
Like what?
Things like prayer, taking time to reflect, connecting with people who share our beliefs,
Okay.
and getting into those inspiring texts.
So it's not like I'm just going to wish for victory and it'll happen.
Right.
It takes effort.
Yeah, it takes real intention.
It's Goliath muscle.
It is.
Right.
It's like exercise.
Okay.
You got to be consistent and dedicated.
So it's not like ordering takeout,
Right.
no, from a cosmic menu.
Not quite.
But the potential is there.
It is.
And we have to like choose to develop it.
Exactly. The more we do those things, the stronger our faith gets.
The victory muscle.
Exactly.
Do you know any real life examples where people have faced incredible adversity
Oh, yeah.
but relied on their faith
I do.
to get through it?
Yeah. I was just thinking about this story I read
Okay.
about a woman named Sarah.
Uh-huh.
And she got diagnosed with this really serious illness a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, the outlook wasn't good.
Right.
And the treatment was going to be really tough.
Yeah.
But she never gave up hope.
That's amazing.
She leaned on her faith, her family, her community,
Mm.
and she even used what she was going through to help other people
Wow.
going through similar things.
Wow.
She even started a support group for patients and their families.
So even when fear sets in,
Yeah.
it is possible to choose to focus on.
Yeah. It's about shifting our perspective
Okay.
from asking, why me,
Yeah.
to what can I learn from this? And how can my faith help me get through it?
That's really powerful.
It is.
And Romans 8:37 says, but in all things that come upon us,
Yeah.
we are more than conquerors through Jesus who loved us.
Powerful.
So what does it mean to be more than a conqueror?
It means we're not just surviving,
Right.
we're thriving.
Wow.
We're finding purpose, and we're growing even when things are hard.
Mm.
And it's that peace and resilience that comes from faith.
It's amazing.
It is.
The source material also has this prayer for victory,
Okay.
and it's so powerful.
Yeah.
It says, Lord, you say in your word that I am victorious in all situations. I cling to what you tell me, and I refuse to doubt my victory.
There's so much surrender in those words.
Yeah.
So much trust.
It's like acknowledging your fear,
Yeah,
but choosing faith anyway.
exactly.
And that leads us to how we actually live this out
Right.
every day.
Uh-huh.
And the source material seems to suggest that prayer is key.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, opening up this direct line to that source of strength and guidance.
Okay.
And it's a way to express gratitude,
Yeah.
to talk about our fears,
Right.
our hopes, and even ask for help,
You know what's funny is that sometimes when I'm facing something difficult,
Uh-huh.
my first instinct is to try to like figure it all out myself,
Oh, yeah. Totally.
But this whole prayer thing suggests maybe it's okay
Yeah.
to admit that we don't know everything
Yeah.
and that we need help.
It's powerful, isn't it?
It is.
To let go of control.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's often when we do that,
Hmm.
that we find a whole new level of help and guidance.
Interesting.
It is.
And the source material also talks about the importance of community.
Oh, yeah.
Surrounding ourselves with people who are like-minded.
We're not meant to go through this alone, are we?
No, we're not.
It's so important to have people
Yeah.
who share our beliefs, who understand our struggles,
Right.
who can offer a kind word and support.
It's like having a team.
It is.
Cheering you on.
Yes.
Reminding you how strong you are.
Especially when we forget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've definitely felt that, that support from friends or mentors
Right.
who just say the right thing
Yeah.
at the right time.
At the right time. Exactly.
And it helps me to see things more clearly.
It's awesome.
The source material also asks this question.
Okay.
Like, why would a higher power allow us to struggle?
Wow.
If victory is the goal.
It's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
But the source material says
Yeah.
it's actually those difficulties that help us grow. So it's not about being punished,
Okay.
or set up for failure.
Yeah.
It's about developing our spiritual muscles.
It's like the challenges are part of the path
They are.
to victory.
Exactly. It's like a workout for our souls. And, just like with physical training,
Yeah.
the more we push ourselves, the stronger we get.
And the source material also recognizes that
Yeah.
during those times, we might feel alone.
Like our prayers aren't being answered.
Yeah. We've all been there, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely had those moments.
Yeah. Those moments where you're like, hello?
Yeah.
I'm doing the work. I'm praying. I'm trying to have faith.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Exactly.
It's so normal to feel that way.
Yeah.
But, the source reminds us that even when we don't see it,
Okay.
that higher power is working behind the scenes. And those challenges, they're shaping us.
Right.
They're making us stronger,
Yeah.
more resilient,
Yeah.
more able to deal with that pressure
Right. Yeah.
and that opposition.
It's not always easy, is it?
No, it's not. But it's in those tough moments
Yeah.
that we're really forged. you know?
So we're not meant to just get by.
No.
We're meant to thrive.
Exactly.
Even when things are hard.
Even when things are hard.
That's really inspiring.
It is.
You know, there's this really powerful line in the source material.
Yeah, what is it?
It says, "Let us not fear any bad news. It cannot defeat us."
Let us not fear any attack from the enemy. He cannot defeat us.
Mm-hmm.
Let us not fear any evil from people. They cannot defeat us.
That's like a statement
Yeah.
of pure confidence.
Right.
And the power of faith.
It's like saying, bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. I got this.
I'm not afraid.
Exactly. And that belief in ourselves, you know, that's a huge part of achieving victory.
So it all goes back to changing our perspective.
It does.
Right?
Yeah, instead of asking, why me?
Yeah.
We can ask, what can I learn from this?
Right.
And how can my faith guide me through it?
And when we shift from feeling like a victim to feeling like a victor, we tap into that strength.
We do.
That's always there.
It is.
So even when things seem really bad,
Yeah.
we can choose to see that challenge as an opportunity,
Yeah.
you know, for growth and change.
And knowing that we have that support, you know,
Yeah.
of something bigger than ourselves to get us through it.
That's the essence of faith.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not about pretending our problems don't exist.
Right.
It's about facing them with courage and resilience.
Yeah.
And that belief
Yeah.
that victory is possible.
And the source material offers tools
Yeah.
to help us, you know, build that faith and tap into that strength.
Like what?
Like we talked about prayer
Right.
and connecting with a supportive community.
Yeah. What else?
And also studying those inspirational texts.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whether it's the Bible or other spiritual writings or even just stories of people who have overcome challenges.
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes we need that reminder
Yeah.
that it's possible.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
we need those stories to inspire us to keep going.
To keep going.
So let's talk about this prayer for victory that's in the source material.
Right.
It's such a beautiful guide
Yeah.
for anyone who's, you know, seeking strength and a sense of triumph in tough situations.
It's such a personal prayer.
It is.
You know, and it's not just about asking for something specific.
Right.
It's about surrendering our fears.
Right.
And trusting in something bigger than ourselves.
It starts off with this powerful statement.
Okay.
Lord, you say in your word that I'm victorious in all situations. I cling to what you tell me, and I refuse to doubt my victory.
Setting the tone right from the start.
Yeah.
It's affirming that belief in victory before we even see it happening.
And then it says,
Okay.
Even if I'm afraid, I trust in you. Even if I ask myself many questions and sometimes doubt, I trust in you.
It's okay to feel those things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Faith isn't about being perfect.
Right.
It's about choosing to trust.
Yeah. Even when we have doubts.
Even when we have doubts.
And then it says, please put your peace in my heart so that I do not tremble in the face of my enemies.
Wow.
Protect me from all those who want to harm me and prevent them from reaching me.
Just like handing over our worries, you know?
Yeah.
Trusting that we're being guided and protected.
Yeah. And there's another line that really stuck with me.
Okay.
It says, my victory comes to me from you alone, Father. So I expect your help and your support.
We don't have to do this alone, do we?
We don't.
We have that support.
Yeah.
Always there if we choose to use it.
And the prayer ends by saying, while waiting to emerge victorious from this situation, I advance spiritually by continuing to obey you step by step.
It's a reminder, isn't it?
Yeah.
That victory's not just about the destination.
Right.
It's about the journey.
The growth along the way.
Exactly. And the source material really emphasizes that.
So it's not just about the outcome.
Yeah.
But it's about becoming more aligned with our faith.
Right.
You know, growing and learning.
It's about progress, not perfection.
This deep dive has really made me think about how I handle challenges. You know, it's so easy to get caught up in the fear, the what ifs, that feeling of being overwhelmed. Totally. But when we can focus on that belief that victory is possible, even guaranteed, it changes everything.
It does. It's like you're seeing the world through a new lens.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's not about pretending our problems don't exist.
Right.
It's about facing them with hope and resilience, knowing that we have the strength inside and the support of something bigger.
Yes. Beautifully said.
To help us through.
And the source material, you know, it gives us all these tools to cultivate that strength.
Yeah.
And connect with that higher power.
Mm-hmm.
Things like prayer reflection community, inspirational texts.
Yeah, those are all things that can help us build that faith, that unshakable faith.
And it leads to victory.
Yeah. So as we go on our own journeys, maybe we're facing our own battles, maybe feeling a little unsure.
Sure.
Let's remember what we've learned today. We might not always be able to control what happens to us.
Right.
But we can control how we respond.
Yes, and faith.
Yeah.
Perseverance and trust in a higher power.
Those are the keys to victory.
They are.
Not just in the outcome, but in the journey itself.
So well said.
And this final thought-provoking question from the source.
What is it?
If victory is already ours, how does that change the way we approach our daily lives and the obstacles we face?
Wow.
Makes you think, right?
It does.
If we really believe that victory is already ours, how does that change our energy?
Yeah.
Our mindset? Our actions?
Our approach.
I really encourage you to think about that.
You too?
And maybe even try that prayer for victory.
Great idea.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
It really does make you think, right?
It does.
About how we approach things.
Yeah.
If victory is already a done deal, it's like, how does that change how we show up every day? How we face those little challenges? Yeah.
Even how we interact with people.
Yeah. It really changes your whole perspective.
It does.
Instead of living in fear or feeling like there's not enough, we can be confident and know that we have the strength and the support to handle whatever comes up.
That reminds me of Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
The woman we talked about who faced that illness?
Yeah, she really embodied that.
She did.
Victory mindset.
Even when things were so tough for her.
Even when things were really hard.
Her story is such a great example of how faith can give you strength and hope.
Yeah, even in the darkest times.
And she didn't pretend that things weren't hard.
Right. She didn't deny the reality.
But she focused on what she could control.
Exactly.
Like her attitude and her spirit.
Yeah. And helping others.
I wonder if that inner peace and strength
actually
help you get through things. Like if you're not so afraid of what might happen, maybe you can see solutions or new possibilities you wouldn't have seen otherwise. That's a really interesting thought.
It is, isn't it?
It is, and it goes right along with what this source says about trusting a higher power.
Yeah.
Even when you can't see the whole picture.
Like letting go of control.
Exactly. Surrendering that need to control everything.
And having faith that you're being guided.
Even when you're not sure where you're going.
So it's not about ignoring the problems. It's about facing them with a different attitude.
With a different mindset.
Knowing you have the tools to get through them.
What kind of tools?
Well, your own strength. Your faith. Support from people you love. Guidance from prayer. Maybe even help from people you don't know.
You never know, right?
You really don't.
Yeah.
It's like when you shift from thinking you have to do everything alone to realizing you're part of something bigger.
It opens up so many possibilities.
It really does.
And that feeling of connection can be really powerful.
It can.
Yeah. It can help you find strength and wisdom.
You didn't even know you had.
You didn't even know was there.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm amazed at how much wisdom is in these ancient texts.
Yeah.
They really offer a timeless perspective.
They do.
On how to deal with life's challenges.
They really do.
With courage and resilience.
Like faith.
And faith.
Right.
And they remind us that victory isn't always about some big achievement.
Right.
It's about the change that happens inside.
It's about the transformation.
When we choose to face our challenges with faith.
Yeah, knowing you're not alone.
Knowing you're not alone.
In the journey.
So as we all head back out into the world, maybe facing our own struggles, maybe feeling unsure, let's remember what we've talked about today.
Okay.
The power of faith in action, the importance of shifting our perspective, and the tools that help us believe in ourselves.
Yeah, believe in our ability to overcome.
And most importantly, we're not meant to do this alone.
We're not.
We have support.
Yeah.
Whether it's through prayer or connection to something bigger, the love of family and friends, or even just the wisdom in those inspirational texts.
So true.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into victory in every situation.
It's been a great conversation.
It has.
Really thought-provoking.
We hope you'll take these ideas with you as you go on your own journey.
Absolutely.
Until next time,